For United States of Europe, it's a handy guide for what to do when you have a Dutch-American kid who loves the Dutch version of Santa Claus called Sinterklaas and the Dutch version of Santa's elves called blackfaced Zwarte Piet characters. Now, my wife is Dutch, and we celebrate Santa Claus with Sinterklaas in the traditional Dutch way on Sinterklaas Eve, where we take a sack full of gifts and we go to the neighbor. We tell them at the right time, like 6 o'clock, you ring the doorbell and then run like hell. At which point the kids will run to the door, open it up, see the sack of gifts sitting there, and they will yell, "Thank you, Zwarte Piet," who is the one who delivers the gifts. Why is his face black? Well, it's from coming down the chimney, even though there's clearly no chimney involved. But the kids, they do yell Zwarte Piet, even though there's no one around, there's no people in character, there's no makeup. It's the most cost-effective special effect ever invented. Mwah, so Dutch. Now, one year, my daughter was about 3 years old, and she's full on in the zone. She is into Sinterklaas. She is ready for the gifts, right? And it was, dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't even 6 o'clock yet. My wife and I were making dinner, right? And right before 6 o'clock, the doorbell rang, and my wife looked at me like, "Did you go to the neighbor already?" I said, "No, it's just someone ringing the doorbell, maybe with a delivery." Now, my daughter, she was in the zone, ran over to the doorway, whipped open the door, and expected to see a sack of gifts and say, "Thank you, Zwarte Piet." But instead, standing in the doorway was a real guy with the black face and the curly hair and the crazy red and gold outfit, and he was holding out a package for my daughter, and I knew that this was the guy who works for DHL on our block, who's dark skin and curly hair and wears a crazy golden red DHL uniform. But my daughter, she's going over to the door and she raises her hand and her eyes are filled with wonder and she's about to say something and I'm like, "No, don't say it." But sure enough, my daughter goes, "Zwarte Piet!" And now I'm caught in between these two, and the American in me is like, "Oh my God, my daughter is a racist." But the Dutchman in me said, "That's right, honey. It is Zwarte Piet, right?" And I took the package and I quickly shut the door on the DHL guy and on an entire tradition of white guilt. And that's when I understood what it really means to assimilate into Dutch culture, to believe that Zwarte Piet is only black from coming down the chimney. It's the same lie you tell your kids, that Sinterklaas is real. That is how to be Dutch.
News. It's very serious. We take it seriously. Seriously, here in the newsroom. Anything can happen, and that is why we play this very serious music in the serious newsroom.